Good afternoon Twitch and hello YouTube. Welcome back to another Satisfactory 1.0 livestream. And today we're going to be doing something which I suppose nowadays isn't really too different from what I normally do. I'm going to be calculating our nuclear setup in Satisfactory 1.0 and of course in our 1.0 playthrough as well. So that is rather exciting, and honestly I just want to get straight into it. Basically, yeah, we are trying to make something called Ficsonium fuel rods, and I'll be working down from there. So to make my Ficsonium fuel rods, I'm going to need part A and part B. I don't actually know what those parts are going to be, so we're going to figure it out today. And the way that I like to do things is I will be planning it for like one Ficsonium fuel rod per minute. That's the exact same like what I've done for my one AI expansion server per minute and my one biochemical sculptor per minute as well. This is the easiest way to calculate things in the game. I love doing it. I've been doing it for a solid year now at this point, and it has worked out pretty good. The funny thing, or the fun thing about today's stream though, is I'm kind of going in blind here. I know roughly what makes what. However, the recipes I use have changed massively over the last year because there's been some new recipes, and because I've just decided to use other recipes instead. So really this is going to be quite interesting because I don't know what recipes I'll be using just yet, because I don't necessarily know everything I need to make my Ficsonium fuel rods. So of course we'll be finding that out today. Welcome Scott and Hattie, welcome Vinod, welcome guys. Hope they're all doing good today. You're making your nuclear Myra board. Oh nice. Yeah, in case you guys don't know, the app I use is called Myro. It's very good. It's free. There's also a paid version, but I just use the free one. And yeah, as of the time of recording, it's fantastic. Okay, so there's Ficsonium fuel rods, and there's also Ficsonium, the two items in the thumbnail of today's live stream. And I need this. Oh, you're joking. That's not too bad. See, like, this is one of the fantastic things about this recipe, is that it literally takes your plutonium waste and then turns it into a fuel rod. The only downside though, and I think I mentioned this in a video that I don't think I've made yet, I don't know, but in theory this is actually the worst kind of fuel rod in the game, because as you can see, uranium burns at 0.2 per minute, plutonium burns at 0.1 per minute, and then Ficsonium burns at 1 per minute, which is 5 times worse than uranium and 10 times worse than plutonium. But again, this fully gets rid of all your plutonium waste. So in theory, some may even argue, and I kind of make this argument as well, but I think Ficsonium is one of the best fuel rods, or one of the best power types in the whole of Satisfactory. It is fantastic. No plutonium waste, no problems. Great. Of course, what you could do, and there's not really too much wrong with doing this, but you could go to a part of the map like this where you're not going to build anything over there, or turn this island into like a plutonium I'm dying. Plutonium waste facility. Then just dump all of your waste over there. But it might lag the server. I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But regardless, now you could just turn it all into Ficsonium fuel rods, and then you won't lag the server, and of course you then get power for it as well, which is great. So today we'll be figuring that all out. And starting again with our Ficsonium fuel rod. 3 times your AI expansion server boards. Ooh. So maybe we can't get it all done today, but let's try our best. Let's try. So you're made in the... Oh, you're made in the quantum encoder. Good. Very, very good, very nice. Where is it? No. No. There it is. Yeah, this thing's going to be a beast. And again, we are making 1 per minute. I'm not going to calculate the power requirements for this. I just don't see the point, particularly. So, Ficsonium fuel rod, 1 per minute. You have to be bold. There we go. You have to be. And we're also making 20 dark matter residue per minute there as well. That's nice. I'll copy and paste both of these over for now. In case you don't know what this means, when it's a purple circle like this, it means that we are making dark matter residue as a byproduct. And when it's a green circle, this is the overall dark matter residue we are making for the main item itself. Like for example, From this, we get 25 dark matter residue as a byproduct. When you add up all 3 of them, you then get 75. That's essentially how I've laid everything out. Oh, welcome, Ian. Hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the live stream. It's an odd green. It is. It's a lime green. Well, it's called light green, I suppose it is. I'll call it like an orc, like a light orc skin. Oh dear. I've been talking about orcs too many times recently. This is 20 per minute, isn't it? Aye, there we go. And of course, for you, I don't know what this is going to end up being, so for now, I'll just leave you blank. Great. And we are starting off with 2 Ficsonium. Okay. That is not how you spell Ficsonium. I think that's good. Yep, 2 per minute. If you had Discord, I'll be able to show you the fact that we need 1,000 square... Really? Oh dear. Switch to goblins. Oh yeah, it's a goblin color as well. There you go. The reason why I keep talking about orcs is because of Warhammer. I've always been interested in the orcs and the space marines. When I was younger, I used to collect space marines. Because, I mean, I think everyone did when they were, like, into Warhammer when they were younger. Because it's just the easiest one to paint. And then I started to collect orcs. But the problem was, I discovered I was terrible at painting. So I quickly abandoned that. I've still got them in my drawer, actually. Don't know where. I forgot what this one's called. I obviously haven't painted it yet. I believe it's the Orc Dreadnoughts? I think so? I don't know. I still do quite like Space Marines, though. I like quite a lot of the factions. In fact, if I was to choose a faction now, I'd probably choose the Astra Militarum, which is essentially like the human soldiers of the year 40,000. Okay, one more left to go. There we go. Of course, I'm not making 4 loads of Ficsonium, but it's easiest for me to lay it out like this. Killbot. I mean, I don't even know what it's called. It's called something. Electromagnetic control rods. We've been using a lot of these things recently, but the good news is, I believe, in a thing called love. Sorry, that's a cringe. Didn't I do like 1 per minute down here? I did. Fantastic. So all I've got to do is just get this recipe, then duplicate it. Then I've just saved myself like a good 20 minutes worth of work. So, I mean, that's... yeah. Also, a spoiler for a video coming up. We talk about dissolved silica. Because I've seen a few comments in my video saying, why don't you use dissolved silica? And I sort of investigate it. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? We'll find out in a video coming out soon. I don't know when. It will come out when it releases. Don't forget to paint it red to make it go far. I could try. Wait, what's it? Your Ficsite? Okay. Ficsite. Rygon. Why have I... There we go. The last one is 20 excited matter. Okay. How many trigons? 40 trigons. Damn. To make 1? Really? Damn. Okay. The reason why I sound surprised about that is because... Where is it? Because of this. Again, future video coming up. How many Ficsite ingots does it make to make a Ficsite trigon? Okay, so it's like a 3-to-1 ratio, so... Okay, that's not too bad then. It's roughly 13.333 recurring, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be roughly 100 Caterium, 150 SAM, and around about 100 water per minute. Okay. Not dreadful. In fact, whilst we're here, let's just calculate this now. I knew that was going to happen. And the reason why some of these are highlighted in grey is because the grey recipes are the ones I use, and the other recipes are the recipes that I don't use, but I still make for my best recipe series. And damn, there's a lot of them. I did reorganize all of this off camera. It took like a solid hour to redo all of it. Well, I didn't redo it. I just made it look a bit more presentable. Which just helps me visually as well. So I suppose we'll start with the Ficsite trigon. So we'll move you out the way then. Because Ficsonium is going to be the most difficult, so I suppose I'll do that next. Because if I get that out of the way with, this will be extremely simple to do. This, I mean, in fact, you know what? This is already done. You generate this automatically. So there you go. You get that from the converter. It's essentially a free resource. It requires a lot of power, but it's essentially a free resource. Okay. So I've got to redo a few of you lot. That's okay. Yeah, I do end up talking a bit more about Ficsite ingots in a video that should be... What did I release yesterday? That was the rocket fuel video. So that video then, the Ficsite ingots, would be next week sometime? I don't know. Luckily I'm a bit ahead with videos as of right now, which is nice. Yes, we need 13.4 of you lot. Okay, we'll do that. Do your next video for cable. That is an easy 10-second long video. I mean, yeah, exactly, right? Because if I go into cable... Yeah. You want to use crude oil? No? Then the basic recipe is the one for you. Like, subscribe, share, and comment if you enjoyed the video. I mean, if you've got a bunch of rubber left over, I suppose you can use this. You can then make iron wire as well, so you can combine the iron and the crude oil. But I feel like this is just simple. It's very, very simple. There's no liquid involved, no crude oil involved. It's just nice and easy. Okay, then for our 13.4 Ficsite ingots, which I believe are made... Well, they are made in here, not I believe. Like, they literally are made here. I then need to do this. Okay. That's 40 reanimated SAM, and we'll go with, like, 54 Deuterium ingots. Even though it's probably somewhere around 53.5 in reality, but it's... I like to round up a little bit. Because, like... Yeah. I'm not even going to give a reason. I just like to do that. No reason needed. Okay, 54 Deuterium ingots is roughly 108 Deuterium ore. If I am not mistaken, which I probably am. Yeah, okay. 108 and 108. Not too bad. So this is our very first recipe done. To make one Ficsonium fuel rod, we need 40 Ficsite trigons, which are then used from 13.4 Ficsite ingots, which is used from this. There are 3 different ways that you can choose to make your Ficsite ingots. I like the Deuterium way. However, there's 2 other methods, which again, I will discuss in that Ficsite video. Let's just get this out of the way with, because I'm most likely gonna have about 4,726 mental breakdowns making this thing. So, let's get it started. As the Black Eyed Peas would say. It's a good song, isn't it? I won't sing it though, to save you from going deaf. Okay, Ficsonium. So you are made in the path. Wait, there's 3. Oh, there is 3 inputs for this thing. Damn. You can tell I've never used this. I was about to search particle accelerator in the particle accelerator. Oh, dearie me. We need 2 of you lot. Okay, 20% clock speed. That's not too bad. This might be a problem. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. This won't be a... Wait, in fact, you require 40 dark matter residue per minute. And we're getting 20 dark matter residue per minute as a byproduct from our Ficsonium. Interesting. So I can loop some of that back around. Okay. I'll make a note of that a bit later on. So yeah, we need 2 plutonium waste. I can already feel my brain cells going, chat. I very much doubt we're going to get this all done today, by the way. Like, I very much doubt it. I've got plans this week, and this might interfere with it. There we go. Also, at the end of this month, I might be streaming a new game. I don't want to reveal too much about it, because I'm still talking with the devs. But there's a really cool game coming out that I might be able to showcase. I won't spoil it, because I don't know if you want me to, and it would be a bit of a surprise for you lot anyway. But I think you'll like it. If you like Satisfactory, I think you'll like that game. I'm looking forward to that. Waiting to hear a reply. Then yeah, all will be good. Okay, so here's what we got so far. When it comes to you, we need that. Again, the thing with dark matter residue, there's so many ways you can make it, isn't there? Opening codex, there we go. Like, look at all this, right? It's insane. And it's used to make a few items here as well. I would definitely be using it for... I think I'm using it for this. I'm not sure actually now. I can double check. What is that? That is the dark matter crystal. I've already done a best recipe video for that. It should be somewhere towards the... There we go. So I am using this recipe. Yep. Which saves me on SAM and it saves on cord as well. I believe. Because this is the basic recipe that uses 400 cord and 200 SAM. And this recipe uses 400 cord but 100 SAM. Okay, so you save 100 SAM. It does consume a bit more power. Overall, again, you save 100 SAM from it. For every 20 dark matter crystals. So that's pretty decent. Especially if, again, SAM is a problem for you. Which, I mean, there isn't much of it in the world. And for what there is, it's still pretty hard to get. Okay, so I suppose you can just make this thing from reanimated SAM. Okay. So that's what we'll do then. Let's start with that. We did 40 dark matter residue. What's that made in again? Is that made here? I think it is, isn't it? Advanced refinement? No. There we go. Pure talents. Like, okay, you know what? 20 reanimated SAM isn't dreadful. But again, this is just to make one Ficsonium fuel rod. So... Reanimated. That's the worst spelling I've ever seen. I'm happy that's not on camera. That looks more like Mandarin than it did English. Okay, and the good thing about SAM is that it takes 4 SAM to make one reanimated SAM, so it's nice and easy to do your calculations. Yay. There we go, okay. What's that one? Singularity cells and needs? Yeah, I think I will dedicate an entire factory to them. Because I'm also going to need singularity cells for this thing I'll probably end up making. Where is it? Wait, I don't? Where is it? A thing for the power augmenter. I swear I needed this thing for it. What's it even called? Alien power matrix. Do I not need a singularity cell for this? I don't. But I do need to automate synthetic power shards and superposition oscillators. I might even make a video talking about... I mean, I might as well. Best recipe for Alien Power Matrix. Or is Alien Power Matrix worth it? There you go, that's a better one. Is Alien Power Matrix worth it in Satisfactory 1.0? Because that's an actual question that I'm generally wondering. Because I feel like it is, but I feel like it's rather expensive, and of course it consumes a lot of power just to make it. So it's like... I don't know. But again, we'll find that out, right? Okay, the next thing that we then have is the Singularity cell. Then the Plutonium waste, actually. Obviously that's made from Plutonium. Okay, that doesn't actually show up. That's a bit annoying. Oh well. So I suppose I have to do this, and then try and calculate how much waste I end up getting from that. Okay, that's not too bad. But first of all, let's just get singularity cells out of the way with... That's the wrong one. Because, yeah, I've got a feeling this would be kind of annoying. And I think there's only one recipe for it, isn't there? Yeah. I mean, concrete, it's concrete, not that difficult. Iron plate, not that difficult. Dark matter crystal, in theory, logistically, not that difficult. you only really need coal and SAM, and then nuclear pasta is essentially just copper and a bunch of other things. Okay, let's get your face out the way with... Really? Wait, is it not made in here? I thought it was made in there. Oh, it's made in the manufacturer. Okay. I definitely do need 2 per minute, right? I believe so. Oh, wait. I think I need 2 Ficsonium, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, wait, no, it's 1 Ficsonium fuel rod. Yeah. Which is then 2 Ficsonium. And then 2 Ficsonium is then... Okay, that is correct. Good. I thought I made a mistake there, but look, surprisingly, I didn't. Close enough? Exactly, close enough. If you have a big power production, then the effect of the AMP is amplified. Yeah. Yeah. I suppose we have to see, isn't it? See if it's worth it or not. Let's do it. Move that plutonium waste out the way with. And yeah, this thing requires a lot of stuff, really. So we're starting off with 0.2 nuclear pasta. Oh, I thought of a really good joke earlier on today. I was going to say it on stream. It's gone out my head now. Well, I thought of 2 jokes, but I don't think one of them is very stream appropriate. So I won't be saying the second joke. It's not a bad joke, it's just... crystal, not residue. And how much is that? 4 per minute? Okay. We then have iron plates at 20 and concrete at 40. Okay. Not too shabby. I mean, again, I'm going to have dedicated concrete and iron plate factories, so... very, very easy just to belt over or... over here. I mean, this recipe in itself is quite a thick one. It is quite a thick recipe. Again, I still feel like it would be a fun recipe to try and do, though. Famous last words. Make sure this is all aligned. And pushed up to the top, preferably. Perfect. Same with you lot down there as well. Great. I don't want to, like, stuff everything in, but it's just easier if I do this. So, 40... Oh, yeah, I did it the wrong way around. Whoops. Professional content creator, by the way. Pro streamer. Plutonium waste production is 10 every 10 minutes. It's technically 1 per minute. Okay. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all, I don't think. So, iron plates 20 per minute. And I'm making you lot just in here. There are a few different iron plate recipes you can do. I just prefer the basic one. That's 30 iron ingots. And of course, I will be using my classic refinery techniques for this. I'm one of those people that uses my pure ingots everywhere. Every single opportunity I physically can. Iron. You're at 30. I mean, why do the numbers have to be so weird? Like, why does it have to be 16.154? Why can't it just be 16? 9.231 to round it up to 10. I don't mind. I do not mind. Oh, well. So that's like 16.2 iron ore, then 9.3 water. Not bad, I suppose, really. Not ideal, but not bad. Fantastic. And plump you guys over there. Probably nudge you all over here as well. get you out of the way with. Nice. Is that too thick? I don't think you're thick enough, are you? No, there we go. Okay, next up is concrete, where again I'll be doing something very, very similar to what I did over here. Of course, rather than limestone, rather than iron, it's going to be limestone. I've been quite enjoying these Satisfactory streams recently, especially like these calculating ones. I don't know what it is about them, but I really just end up enjoying them. I have been thinking about streaming other games potentially, just to take a break every now and then, because that's a healthy thing to do. I don't know what I'll play though. I mean, Factorio is something that I feel like a lot of people want me to play, and I feel like I would enjoy it. But I feel like that deserves a dedicated series, not like a one-off stream. I have been thinking about returning to some Pokemon card openings, but I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but it's been mad recently with Pokemon. There's a new set came out called Prismatic Evolutions, and some of the cards are really cool. It's like a bunch of the Eevee cards, and all the Eevee evolutions, some other fantastic artworks in there as well. But people have been literally fighting over it, which is not very fun. Like, literally fighting over it. Not just that as well, but also there's a 151 thing that came out in Costco in America. And again, there's just people fighting over the Pokemon cards. Like, it's crazy. I mean, everyone inside, like, the Pokemon community knows about how bad it's gotten, but not many people outside of it realize how bad it is. Like, even, like, just buying regular ETBs now. If I was to look at a 151 ETB, which is the set I used to collect, this used to be about $55 US. Now it's 140. Some of them are more. 150, that one right there. This thing used to be about £100, now it's 300. It's so expensive. And the best hit is the Charizard's SAR, which I think ungraded is about £120. But again, the ETB is £150. So you have to get the best hit in the set, then you have to go grade it, which is like an extra £16, and then the grade has to return at a 9 or a 10 PSA, which is like the grading company, which is essentially like really good quality on the card, for you to actually make a profit, which is stupid. And a lot of the sets are like that now, which really does suck. That's essentially like the long and short of it. Okay, I think I need 4 dark matter crystals. So essentially, I can't even buy Pokemon cards anymore. Which is not the end of the world, it's just a bit unfortunate. Because they are just so stupidly expensive now. Okay, yeah, 4 dark matter crystals, and I'm using this recipe, the dark matter trap. Which is 2 time crystals and 10 dark matter residue. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. So this is going to be a quarter of everything here, essentially. Okay. Quick maths. It really is a shame. I know that PokeRev made a good video talking about everything happening with the Pokemon stuff. Is it worth fighting over? Absolutely. I mean, if I'm in Smith's and there's like a 10-year-old trying to get their first Pokemon set and I see it's on sale, I'm fighting them. Easily. Absolutely. No, of course not. But some people have been. And another problem is the scalpers as well, because people buy like 50 or 60 cases of these things, who then save them for a year, then sell them when the prices are higher, which then means that everyone else can't get the cards at a reasonable price. That's again another big problem. I make you in the converter. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting how important the converter actually is. Like, it's very important. Antichamber is a fun game. Even as the developer told me what the game was doing to mess with my brain whilst I was playing it, It still succeeded in messing with your brain. Oh, wow. Antechamber. Oh, wow. It's one of those games that I'd probably enjoy making a video about. But streaming for 3 hours, I think I would generally go insane. It looks interesting, though. Is it like a puzzle game? Don't tell me if this game's VR, then I would actually, like, just... I'd pass out, I think. There's no way. Okay, you require 4 diamonds. That's not too bad. Shine bright like a diamond. I think I made that reference every single time I've talked about diamonds in this game. But you know what? It's a good song, so I don't care. And then 4 diamonds, again, back over to the particle accelerator, which I seem to be using quite a lot in this recipe. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm using it over here. Because of my, my special hidden recipe. I call it a hidden recipe because every single diamond recipe in the game is made in the particle accelerator, except for this. This is the only one that's made over here. If you want a game that you can fight with, in a good way because it's complicated, it's KSP1. I've heard about Kerbal Space Program. I've got no idea what it is though. But I have heard about it. Do you just have to build a space shuttle? Yeah, I have heard about it. Okay, 4 diamonds. You are... Is that it? Wow. Not gonna lie, I thought this would be extremely expensive. This seems relatively affordable. 32 coal, 12 quartz crystals. Oh, nice. What's that? Oh, I did it the wrong way round. Gosh darn it, man. There we go. How many was that again? 12. Okay, not too bad. And then to make my 12 quartz crystals, I'll be using the refinery. Like, we're not even using, like, constructors or smelters. We're using particle accelerators, converters, and refineries, and manufacturers. This is, like, very high-end sort of stuff now. Which is rather concerning. Because, of course, all of these consume a lot of power. But we are also making a lot of power as well. Oh, look at the numbers there. Get in the bin. Just dive straight into the bin. Just fly me to the moon and let me play amongst the stars. Okay, you lot. So with water, we're going to go with 8.6. A minute. And with raw quartz, we're going to go with 15.5. I'm not doing 15.49. I can just get straight in the bin. Speaking about things I did off camera, by the way, because I was talking a bit about the videos I've been making, I finally finished doing the calculations for the biochemical sculptor. I replaced my computer recipes and added this in instead. I much prefer this recipe because it's really simple. Like, all you're making is crystal oscillators and circuit boards, which I think is pretty easy. Because for circuit boards, I'll be making a ton of these anyway. And then for crystal oscillators, it's quartz crystals, which I'm making tons of, cable, and reinforced iron plates, which again I'll be making tons of. So I feel like this is nice and simple to do. So happy with that. I added up all these things together, so this is all that I'll be needing for this recipe. And of course, I did the exact same thing with the what's it called again? AI expansion server. That's the one. So added up everything over there as well. So that's good. Okay. So we've now done iron plates, concrete, dark matter crystals. Now we have to move on to the nuclear pasta. And, yeah, this is where things start to go from, oh dear, to, oh dear. You don't have to move as well. Welcome, Code. Hope that you're doing good. What site is this? It's called Myro. It's free and it's really good. Not sponsored to say that. I just think it's really good. Okay, let's make some pasta. Let's make some spaghetti. Sorry, that offended every Italian. I'm sorry to the 2 Italians that watch me, according to my YouTube analytics. Where do we even make this thing? Is it in here? I've actually got to search this. Again, an item that I've never really made before. Oh, of course. I should have known that. I've watched way too many Kibitz videos not to know that. And again, it's 0.2 per minute. Handy. Because I thought 2 per minute, that's like, yeah, that's quite a lot. A lot of copper, look at that. 200 powder copper. Bruv, that's mad. That's actually mad. Okay, so. Copper powder. This is actually something I'm looking forward to making. This might sound crazy, and I'm sure it will be when I start making it. But the copper powder, because you're making a bulk of an object, but it's so satisfying to see like 1,000 copper ingots just going straight to making this thing. I don't know, I think it'd be fun. Yeah, 40 copper powder and 0.2 pressure conversion cubes. I've got no idea where I'll be making this thing. Like, what part of my factory? Like, would I make a dedicated factory for it? Because there was someone I was watching who made all like the square objects together, like the power conversion cube, the fused modular frame, the heavy modular frame, and the regular modular frame, all in the exact same factory. So I don't know if that's a good idea. Well, it must be a good idea if they did it. But maybe that's something for me to consider. Pressure. Under pressure conversion cubes. Sorry, it's a song. I butchered it, but it's a song. Okay, that makes sense then. Because if you're making fused modular frames in the same factory, then you might as well just add it onto the pressure conversion cubes. And then you require kind of similar things to that. Because I believe I'm using the... Oh. The third recipe, I think. Radio connection units. I can double check there. A lot of those items overlap with the items I'm using for this. Okay. And you're used to make... Oh. So it seems like I'll be using this again in a few minutes. What about this? Oh. Not that bad, actually. Be worse. All cubes go into each other with the stuff glued to them. Oh, yeah. So I suppose that would make sense, though, I suppose. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so I think I will most likely end up doing that. Well, actually, no. Heavy modular frames being made with modular frames in the iron factory. Then I'll probably transport the heavy modular frames to make our fused modular frames, where we combine it with the aluminium and nitrogen gas. The gas we can just get in via drone, and the aluminium just comes in from the aluminium factory, and there you go. That's super simple to do. Okay. I've lost track of where I was. Assembler. Okay. Oh dear. Under pressure and conversion cube. There we go. I wrote down that wrong. It says that I need 40 per minute. That can't be right. 0.2. I was going to say 40 of these things per minute. I might cry. Make a great thumbnail, but I don't care much about that. Okay, this is actually not too bad. I don't think. A cube-shaped factory building, every cube shape. That'd actually be quite an interesting idea, because I did think about doing something like this. From one of my last Satisfactory worlds. So there's this block in Minecraft called Crying Obsidian, and essentially I wanted to try and build a factory that looks like this. because I thought that would look quite nice. But if we were to build a cubed factory to make everything that's cubed inside of it, that could be quite nice. I don't know if I will do a crying obsidian factory, but can you just imagine this in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of concrete around it, and it looks like it's fallen down from the sky. So the concrete will be flat, and then there'll be like a dent in the concrete of like random chunks everywhere, where it looks like it's been like a meteor that's just crashed in from space. I don't even know why I'm thinking about that, because that's never going to happen with my building capabilities in this game. But something like that could be really cool, I feel like. I'm yapping too much. See, this is why it takes me so long to make my videos. I yap. All it is just... Oh. It's your fault, guys. I'm joking. How dare you make me talk on a live stream? Like, unreal. Modular frame. There we go. We need 0.2 of them per minute. This is going to be a crazy recipe, isn't it? I can already tell it's going to be stupid. And we also need 0.4 radio control units. The good thing about radio control units is that I have already got a recipe for it. Although I'm pretty sure I've changed a few things since I made that video. But let's double check. In fact, I'm like 95% sure I have. Okay. You go into there. You go into there. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more space here, aren't we? Let's move you out to there. And move you along. That's good, I think, yep. And you round about there. You out, and let's start with the radio control unit, which is somewhere up here. No, it's not. There we go. Oh no, we're using the connection unit, which is... Oh no, that is what I thought it was. Okay. So it's heat sinks. This recipe's wrong. Good start. High-speed connectors. This recipe is wrong. And, I mean, at least that's correct. But didn't I use that down here, though, as well? No, that's supercomputers. Damn. So did I not use radio control units anywhere? Doesn't look like it, does it? So we're gonna have to redo some of that, which is fine. Oh wait, no, that's adaptive control units. I saw a control unit there and I got surprised. But either way, I'm still gonna copy and paste this over because this is pretty much what I want to try and do here. The numbers are a bit wrong. That's fine. Get rid of that so we can see what we're doing. There we go. Then move all of this. Even further. Okay. Move this somewhere back over here. Okay. So we're going to need our heat sinks. And you're 5 per minute. We need 0.4. Oh, if it was 0.5, that could have been perfect. But no. 0.4. So, in fact, it's probably easier to start again. Because most of this is okay. Except when it comes to this part. That's wrong. This part's fine. But all the numbers are wrong, though. So you know what? Maybe it's just easier just to start over there. Okay. But at least like this, we know how much room we're going to need for all of it. So that's good. I can then move you back over here. Good. Make sure you guys are all connected. And of course, doing things like this does take time. I am aware of that. However, it is definitely worth it, I feel like. Absolutely. Because by the time I've finished doing today's nuclear stuff, which, again, might take longer than 1 day, but that's okay. And now that we've done them two down there, we've only really got one more space elevator part. And then that's essentially all of the calculation parts done for my 1.0 series. Completely out the way with before we even start our iron factory, which then makes the rest of the playthrough 10 times easier. So, yeah, can't wait for that. I'm guessing you require the manufacturer to make. connection rods, wasn't it? Yeah, this looks good. 0.4. So we are going to need 1.6 heat sinks per minute. Even my heatsink recipe is a bit wrong now. I mean, of course this one's going to be right, but my previous one's wrong. 0.8 high-speed connectors, that's basically nothing. And 4.8 quartz crystals, that is nothing. That's good. Okay. Let's start with the quartz crystals, just because it's super easy to do and to get out of the way with. Do I do any voiceover work? You would probably do well with the audiobook narration. Oh, thank you very much. I don't, no. I stutter way too much to do, voice narration, I think. You never know. If someone needs me to be a voiceover for something, I'll be happy to do it. For sure. And welcome, by the way, Yansei? Hopefully I got your name right, but welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for the compliments as well. Okay, 6.2 raw quartz and 3.5 water. Yeah, that's solid, that is. Brilliant. Now we need to do high-speed connectors. And I've been messing around with this quite a lot recently. I think we've been working with like one per minute. Actually, that's 0.5. So if I divide everything here by 5 and times it by 8, that will then give me the exact thing that I need. Okay. Let's do that. I know it sounds like a bit of a headache to try and do, but it's worth it. Holy. Yeah, I'll say it's worth it. Right, okay, you're going to move slightly over that way. This should now be able to fit, hopefully. Of course, the numbers are all wrong. That's fine. Again, we can just fix that as of right now. Lovely. So, yeah, divide everything by 5 times it by 8. So you're going to be 8 quick quiet. 1.25 divided by 5. In fact, if I just keep this there, then open up a calculator app on the side. I know there is a calculator in Satisfactory. I know. 1.25 divided by 5. 2? Yeah. Okay. One. Right? Yeah. No. It should be double that, shouldn't it? 2.5 divided by 8 times... Oh, divided by 5 times by 8. Okay. That makes more sense. So yeah, it should be 4. Yep, good. Very good, very nice. Then you're the same over here as well. Great. If you Google crying obsidian render made in Blender, replicate that in Satisfactory, glow with signs, and the uneven surface would make it look better. What was that? Crying obsidian render. Yeah, can you imagine something like this? I think that could be really interesting. As far as I'm aware, I don't think it's ever been done before. A crying obsidian factory in Satisfactory. So it'll be a world first, at least. With texture, that's interesting. As you say, it's just like the glowing signs. It's a cube, like, it can't be that difficult, right? It can't be that bad. That's the first? Oh, was it that bad? JC? Jesse? Oh no, it keeps getting worse. Oh, I forgot where I was up to. Okay, 6.25. Divided by 5. Good. 2.72. Ah, that's a vile number. Oh well. And you were 4, weren't you? Yes. I think that was the same as that one, wasn't it? No. It's the same as that. So then you have to be 10. Okay. Six? Oh, that's not too bad. Like I keep saying that. Okay, so you're 0.8. Not too bad. 1.1 divided by 5 times by 8. And in case you're wondering why I'm dividing everything by 5 and timesing it by 8, it's because I've calculated all of this for a previous recipe at 0.5 per minute, not 0.8. So I divide everything by 5, that then gives me 0.1. Times by 8, then that gives me what I need. Do the same thing for everything else over here, and then before you know it, you're happy. You're smiling. That frown has been turned upside down. 0.3 divided by 5. That's low, okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's 0.48. If I just round it up to 0.5, it's a bit easier. Yeah, that's actually fine. Oh, what were you again? I think you were the same as that, weren't you? You are. And 0.7. Oh, you're so close. 0.7 divided by 5 times by 8. Is that going to be 1? 1.12. Oof. And there we go. Everything here should be perfect now for what I need. The final thing to sort out is our heat sinks. Have I messed around with heat sinks over here? No. Good start. How about here? No. I doubt down here, right? No. Okay. So again, my heatsink recipe, wherever it is. Have I even got one? I don't think I even bothered. Because there's only one recipe that I liked, I think, wasn't there? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So you're in the assembler. I suppose I will just make this thing from scratch. It's a bit easier. And the number that we need is 1.6. Almost perfect. Wow, look at that. That seems nice and simple. So let's try and get our aluminium sheets. Which I know I have been messing with down here somewhere. There. Perfect. And that is 9. Oh, we need 8. Oh, you're joking. This is almost perfect. Oh, you're joking me. That wasn't really what I was trying to do, if I'm honest. There we go. That is so close to being perfect, it's almost frustrating. Almost. Not quite. So you can move up a little bit. I don't know why you're so far down. Yeah, move you guys up a little bit further as well. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. Welcome, Arnold. Hope that you're doing good. Long time no see, man. Finally go on the nuclear side. Yeah. I don't yet have enough energy. It's something that I just want to do to challenge myself, essentially. Because by the time that I start my next series, I should now know exactly what to do. That's the whole plan. Okay, for you lot, I'm just going to get rid of all these numbers. Actually, should I? Again, your count... Wait, no, I need 1.6. Oh, yeah. No, that is actually right. Okay, so I've got to divide everything here by 9, then times it by 8. Which is kind of annoying, but oh well. It's fine. So only take but a minute. Have I got a... Yes, I do. I was looking for... Oh, not you. Move you down a little bit. There isn't really too much room in here, is there? I think what I'll do is I'll do this. Move you up to... Wait, why are you there? I need that. Because you're making the aluminium sheets. I do need you there. Okay. So, you make the aluminium sheets. So you have to come down here a little bit then. There we go. Yep, okay. It's 8 per minute. Doesn't that require a lot more than just 9 ingots though? Like it does. Then you're making copper sheets. Like so. You then go over there. You then go over here as well. And then you go over to there. And then move you around a little bit. Definitely drag you down. Perfect. Same thing here as well with you lot. You can go here. Take that. Move you a bit over. Jolly goods. Okay, and I think that is the right recipe now. The numbers won't be correct. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? I don't know. No, I've got to get rid of that. So in that case, yeah, you do go to that height. Okay. Oh dear, it is rather confusing. It's lots of numbers. Lots of many numbers, but 8 aluminium sheets. You then are made in here, aren't you? Oh. Again, that is annoyingly close to being exactly what I need. Divide it by 9 times by 8. I think that's what we're going to have to do. And double checking with their copper. Let me just get that out of the way with first. We are making 1.6 of you, which means I need 4.8 copper sheets. Okay. Too bad. Because I need 4.8, that then means I then need 4.8 copper ingots and 4.8 water. We then go over to our refinery and calculate what we need for that. Nice and basic stuff. It takes a minute, but when you're on a roll, you're definitely on a roll. 1.3. Okay, fantastic. So that's the copper done. Now it's time to move over to the aluminium. Okay. You just got into Satisfactory recently, and your best recipe guides have been great for making your builds more efficient. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching them. And keep doing what you're doing because it's great work. Thank you very much. I'm very glad that you do like it. And welcome. Here's another name I'm going to get wrong, and I'm sorry in advance. Mandaroy? Hope that you're doing good. Yeah, we've got a bunch of boomboxes, and I still don't know why I have so many in this world. This is obviously my creative world, not my playthrough world. But yeah, I've got... Oh, hello. I've got a very weird amount in this world. I've got either 1 or 2 in my survival series, which is quite nice. Yeah, I don't know why I've got so many. So... aluminium sheets. What are we saying here again? Eight aluminium ingots. Okay. So this is where we have to start then. Okay. This is where the fun begins. But the fun has only just begun. I still feel like it would just be easier just to redo the numbers here, for my sake. Also guarantees that I get nothing wrong, because I normally do get things wrong. But now, I know I won't do. Not on purpose, at least. 2.7. We'll go 2.7 copper ingots there. That makes sense. And of course, 8 aluminium. That's fine as well. Okay. Let's start with the copper, since, again, we've just done it over here. Mandaroy. Did I mispronounce it again? I'm so bad with names. I keep talking about this, but I really am bad with names. 0.7, we'll go 0.8. Treat ourselves there a little bit. It's Christmas. Not really. Yeah, aluminium ingots are being made over the foundry. Actually, no, it's not. It's the smelter, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And we need 8 of you lot. Which is 16 scrap. And to make our 16 scrap, how much coke and solution do I need? Oh, it's right there. Do 9.6 alumina solution. Okay. I see you. And then 3.2 coke. Okay. As usual, I'll get the coke out of the way with first. Look at that number. Just why? Wait, how is that more than the last recipe? Did I do something wrong with the last recipe? I got this from. Was it there? I needed 3.6 petroleum coke. And that was 1.2 to be fair. That's fine. Yeah, that's actually okay. I didn't do it wrong. I didn't do it wrong. Yeah, that's okay. And then crude oil into heavy oil residue, which should then also give us some polymer resin as a byproduct. .83. Then 0.55. Nothing really there, is it? Butcher everyone's names slightly. Exactly, yeah. I'll just butcher everyone's names. That's a good idea. The solution. We need 9.6 alumina solution. Okay. 9.6. Oh, wow. Actual even numbers? No. Screenshot. Screenshot this. Incredible scenes. Actual even numbers. I cannot believe it. I forgot to calculate the water byproduct from the scrap. I am so talented at this game. 5.6. The talent is actually unreal. Like, it really is. It's... okay. And 2.4 water as a byproduct there. And I think this just about does it for the radio control units. Which luckily is a bit easier than I thought it would be. Won't say no to that though. And move your faces in. Okay, not that far. There. Okay. We'll take it. That's for the pressure conversion cube. We also have to do... oh. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. 0.2 fused modular frames, which I know for a fact are made here. Unless there's a second recipe. Oh, look at that, you cheeky little twat. There is. I don't necessarily want to get more fuel involved, though, or nitric acid. I know you probably save an aluminium and you probably save an iron. I don't care. So let's just stick with this. Yeah, we'll do that. I feel like we're making good progress. I mean, a snail could probably make better progress than us. But the thing is, it's not about how fast you do it. It's about how accurate you do it. Which, as of the minute, I'm doing neither. So that's really cool. Oh well. So 0.2 heavy modular frames. There we go. I finally started to watch Vikings on Netflix. Like, not as in like just random Vikings, but as in like literally the show called Vikings. Because I was watching The Witcher, and every single time I finished watching it, Netflix was like, hey, you want to watch Vikings? No. You want to watch The Last Kingdom? No. But yesterday I started to give it a watch. I actually think it's not too bad. Wait, I called it a heavy modular frame sheet. Whoops. Heavy modular frames. Yeah, I started to give it a watch, and it's not too bad at all. It's something nice to have on in the background when you're doing things like this, for example. Do I know any of the names? No. There's Ragnar, who's like the main character. There's some other people. Bjorn, which I think is his son. Bjorn? I don't know. I know that PewDiePie named his... Felix named his son Bjorn as well. I like that name. Aluminium casing, 10 per minute. Yeah, so far it's been a decent series. If you like things like the Viking sort of era, and when they invaded Britain, then you'll probably like that. How they stole all of our wealth. Which we don't complain about, by the way. But, oh well. I mean, to be fair though, the Danes, the Norwegians, and the British are very close allies nowadays, so I don't think we can complain about it. I mean, the Norwegians actually gift Britain a tree every Christmas. Because they helped, I believe it was to help liberate Norway from the Nazis during World War II. So they give us a tree every year. Which you might have seen if you're on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Because people always joke about it being like the worst Christmas tree in Europe or whatever, like when they do all the decorations. But it's not supposed to look pretty. It's just supposed to signify that relationship between Britain and Norway. Which is quite nice. Okay, our 10 aluminium casings. We know what we're doing. It's essentially this, but repeated in a slightly different way. I don't think I did it down there. Oh, look at that. So you're 60, so divide everything here by 6. That's nice and simple. I like what I see, and I see what I like. Unless it's not what I like, then I don't see it. Or at least I pretend not to. Also, speaking about TikTok on the clock, it's being banned in America tomorrow, isn't it? Is it being banned tomorrow? I heard something about that, at least. I mean, I don't even have TikTok, and I'm not American, and VPNs exist anyway, so there's always a workaround, I'm sure. But yeah, that was interesting. I mean, for the content creators that are based in America, that's sort of like their work gone. I'm sure a lot of them have already planned their move over to YouTube and probably Instagram Reels, so it's not the end of the world for them. And probably OnlyFans. But yeah, it's... Yeah. I think they're banning it because it's something to do with, like, Chinese spying thing. But then they don't ban Pokemon Go. There's literally a feature in Pokemon Go where you scan around you. Like a Pokestop, which is like a church or a mosque or a post box, and you grab your phone and you take a video and you record all around you, and then you upload that, and then you give it like a Pokeball or a reward for that. That's fine. Made by a Chinese company, that's completely fine. But TikTok, no. That's where we draw the line. Welcome, dude. Hope that you're doing good. We're just talking about TikTok as of right now, as you do. Yeah, divide everything here by 6. Wait, if I just add this back over here for a second. Get rid of that. 80 divided by 6. I believe that's correct, isn't it? Because we need 10 per minute, and you were 60. Good. So 80 divided by 6 is going to be like 6.4? Is that dumb? 80 divided by 6. Yeah, 13.3. That was dumb. Okay, nice. We'll go 13.4. And for you, we'll then go 26.7. Because it should be almost double that, which is fine. The Viking series did one thing that you really disliked. They switched the main character. Oh, I didn't know about that. That's the series ruined for me now. That's it. But the main character, I think he's an Australian bloke. You'd never ever believe he's Australian. Never. At no point in the series did he whip out a didgeridoo. Literally, no didgeridoo, no Vegemite, not even a single kangaroo in set. I was fully convinced he was like Norwegian or Danish. I know that they have got actors in there that are from Denmark and Sweden. From Sweden? Sorry. That's terrible. I love the Swedish accent, but it's one of those accents that you just can't do. Or that I can't do, at least. I'm from Sweden. That's terrible. I'm sorry to anyone watching from Sweden. I've got friends, well, I had friends from Sweden. If they watch that clip, they'll probably not be friends with me. I love the accent. 32 divided by 6. Okay, that's a nice simple one, isn't it? 5.333. Oh. Great. I don't think I've done that just yet. I have to do you, though. Okay, you're simple. You should be 4? Yeah. That's a nice even number. Welcome, Marcus. Hope that you're doing good. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. It's connecting everyone's data, and they could use it in a way that is a threat to national security. Yeah, they seem to be very narrowed down on national security as of late, haven't they? That's why they wanted the Panama Canal and Greenland and Canada. Did I do that one? I did, okay. So, 11 divided by 6. 1.83. The numbers here are dreadful. Again, 0.84. Of course, I'm not going to be making, like, 1.84 heavy ore residue. I'll be combining all the heavy ore residue in my world, then to make the coke. Which is a much easier way of doing things. So much easier. And then 8 divided by 6 is 1.34. I believe. Well, it's actually 1.333, isn't it? Ah, it is. Okay, I still didn't do you. No, 9.3. 9.4 actually. Okay, that should now be completely fine there for that recipe. I do want to move you over slightly though, I don't know why you're so far apart. Nice. Move all that up. I don't think I touched that, did I? Just double check. Pretty sure I didn't. They didn't change the actor, they changed who the series is for. Oh. Who would that be? See, again, I've only watched like the first 7 episodes, I think. So I haven't even watched the very first series yet. Who would they follow? I don't think it would be Ragnar's wife. Would it be the priest? Because the priest seems to be a pretty main character as of right now. In fact, the point that I stopped watching was about what... Bit of a spoiler, by the way, in case you guys do want to watch the Viking series. But it was the point where they were about to make 9 sacrifices to Odin and the Viking gods. They sacrifice 9 of everything, don't they? Like 9 sheep, 9 pigs, 9 chickens, and 9 humans. So I don't know if they're about to sacrifice the priest, but if they don't sacrifice the priest, I think it'll be a pretty main character. Because Ragnar needs the priest to get more information about England. Right? I mean, that would make sense at least. Okay, regardless, that's our aluminium casing done. Now let's move over to the heavy modular frames, where luckily I've already got the perfect recipe ready. Which is the encased into... Oh. That's vile. Have I got a better one here? 0.5, and how much do I need? 0.6 or 0.2? Oh, 0.2, damn. That's not too bad. And yeah, chuck you in there. So all of this, again, has got to move. This recipe is becoming increasingly large. We've barely... In fact, what even is all of this? This is for the pressure conversion cube to make the nuclear pasta, to make the Ficsonium, to then make the Ficsonium fuel rod. Like, this is like a tiny step, and look how much it's taken up. That's mad. So yeah, I'm going to have to divide everything here by 5 and times it by 2. It might just be easier to do it from scratch, if I'm honest. But that's where numbers can start to get a bit weird, unfortunately. They banned that, but every time you go somewhere, you have to give info, your Barbani whisper. Yeah, I get quite a lot of spam emails as well. It's annoying. Yeah, that's definitely annoying. Welcome, Daniel. Hope that you're doing good. Am I an engineer by chance? That fat diagram, is it fat? No, I'm not an engineer. No, definitely not. I like designing things and calculating stuff, but I'm not an engineer. As crazy as it sounds, I find things like this fun. I know, it's weird, but I really do. It's definitely a grind. Like, I don't mind stewing for a couple of hours, but anything more than that, and I do start to feel like it is a bit of a grind mentally. Especially when you do spend 2 hours just doing maths and recipe calculations. 0.2 of you lot. Okay. In fact, honestly, just get rid of that one. No. Get rid of that one. Add you there. No. There we go, that's better. No. Don't select that. Okay, good. Let's do it. So, concretes. How much concrete do I need? And I think it's this recipe. Yep. It's not too bad. Just to double check, it's definitely 0.2 fuse modular frames. It is, yeah. Okay, good. Go 1.5 concrete. Lovely. Have you ever played the mod pack for Minecraft called Skyfactory? I don't think so. I don't really do that much modded Minecraft. I mean, well, to be fair, I don't even do that much Minecraft anymore. I used to love it as a kid. And even nowadays, I'll play it every now and then. Yeah, not as much as I used to. I might revisit it one day, but let's see. Okay, so literally 1.5 concrete per minute. That is almost a waste, I would say, of a conveyor belt having to bring the stuff out there. That's 2.25 limestone. And we'll go with 2 water. Next are encased industrial beams. The best recipe for this, by the way, is called the encased industrial pipe. I have made a video talking about the encased industrial beam in a bit more detail, and I do explain why this is the best recipe. Still, even after the 1.0 changes to steel beams, this is still the best thing to use. Not even like in my opinion, but like it is just the best one. Because when it comes to best recipes, a lot of them are just in my opinion. It depends what you want to use. Like some recipes require a ton of Caterium, but no raw quartz, and others require a ton of raw quartz and then no Caterium. It depends on what you want to try and save. But yeah, there are definitely recipes in this game which overall are just brilliant to use. Like diluted fuel, for example. Diluted fuel combines water and heavy oil residue, which gives you an absolute ton of regular fuel, which is fantastic if you want to make fuel or turbo fuel, rocket fuel, ionized fuel, anything. It really is good. Okay, steel pipe. That's the wrong one. It's iron pipe. And we need 4.2 of you lot. Great. And how does that translate into iron ore? Only 20, well, technically 26 of the refinery there. That's fantastic for like percentage use. Go 9.1. That's almost 9, but not quite. And 5.2. This is what we've got so far. So we've done our concretes, we've done our encased industrial beams. Now we've got to redo the steel pipes again, which is like copy and paste that really, and then just do a bit more of that. But as you can see, we are using a lot of steel pipes. So eventually when I get a conveyor belt over from our steel factory, this should be extremely simple to do. Or in fact, I'm probably going to add steel pipes into our iron factory because I'm only using iron to make it. So yeah, that'll be pretty good. I don't think I've shown you guys this in a while, but if you haven't seen my plans for my factories, I'll give you a very quick rundown. Call of Duty, yes. I'll give you a very quick rundown of how I technically plan everything. And for that, I have to get my webcam out the way with... There we go. That event, that story wraps up with... Oh, right. I've got to do a bit more research into that then. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, when it comes to my factories, I've laid everything out like this. Every single item in the game is listed over here. There we go. So I've got the item name. I then have if it's an alternate or basic recipe, either A or B. If it is an alternate recipe, I then add in what the new recipe is called. And then I add the ingredients. I then color code everything. All the colors that you see over here is a raw item, like raw iron or iron ore, for example, copper, limestone, coal, things like that. So what I can then do is see where all the colors are and spot, okay, well these two only require iron and water. Does anything else in the game only require iron and water? I can then scroll down and I can find, oh yeah, we've got all of this stuff over here, which is the iron rod, cast screws, iron plate, and stitched. No, it's not called that. Reinforced iron plates. So fantastic, I can make all of this stuff in the same factory. Anything else? Yes. I've also got my steel pipes. Fantastic. And we've also got our rotors and our stators that just require iron and water. Same with our motors as well. Also same with our wire and our cable. So everything here just requires iron and water, which means all of that will then be made in the exact same factory. Then we have other things, for example, like these two. The aluminium stuff, which will all obviously be made in the same factory. What else? Here, of course, we've got our fabric, rubber, and plastic, which is all made from crude oil and water-related stuff as well. So I can essentially just combine everything together. And there are some recipes that don't necessarily match, like, for example, these three. Like turbo fuel, obviously I'm not making that in another factory, but alumina solution, I'll be making that with my aluminium. And then sulfuric acid, I'll most likely make that in my electronics factory. I feel like that'll make a bit more sense. But even something like this, copper powder, copper ingots, obviously, will be made in the same factory. All 3 of these lots could be made in a very similar factory, potentially, because they only require crude oil is the difference. Actually, ooh, I don't know. You have to wait and see. Like, even all of these lots kind of similar. Look at that. But yeah, basically just tons of stuff for me to consider there. I'll probably end up making a video talking about that when it's all done, because as you can probably tell, it's nowhere near done. Okay, what was I doing now? Steel pipes, 2.4 per minute. Yeah, it's good fun though. It really is good fun. If you keep watching, you will know what that event is and see if you'll hopefully continue. So it's the same like The Walking Dead, I suppose, isn't it? Where there was one thing wrong with The Walking Dead in season 6, where they killed off a character everyone liked, and then no one watched the show after that, except for like me and 3 other people. Welcome, Sheldon. Hope that you're doing good. Your issue right now is motivation to do Ficsonium. Yeah. I mean, as you can see, we're barely scratching the surface here, and look at everything that we need so far. And in reality, this is just to make a little bit of the Ficsonium. We've still got to calculate all the... Is that plutonium waste and copper powder there as well? It's a lot of work. I feel like if you were to do bits at a time, like if you were to do your fuse modular frame and take a break, then your pressure conversion cube, and then, of course, you can then make your nuclear capacitor, then take a break. It would then make things a bit easier. But, yeah, I can definitely see why you would lack a bit of motivation to do all of this, because it is a lot of work. And, of course, if you enjoy it, fantastic, right? That's the best thing you can really ask for. But if you feel like you are getting overwhelmed from it, then definitely do take a break. I did release a video a few weeks ago on the channel titled, like, how to stop getting bored at Satisfactory. So I do mention a few points there, but essentially, you know, explore, do smaller projects, work on something else, something a bit different. And before you know it, you will have fun again. Occasionally, all you need is just a small break, and then you're back at it. That's the recipe, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, oh, look at that, man. 0.367 reinforced iron plates. I'm just going to say 0.4. Yeah. If I make too many reinforced iron plates, is that a problem? Nah. It will consume a bit more iron, but that's okay. 1.9 steel pipes. I seem to be calculating a lot of steel pipes today. Everything just seems to be steel pipes. 7.6, okay. If I was to have a guess about Vikings, though, I would say that Ragnar probably kills his brother. I hope it's not the other way around. I've got a feeling that him and his brother are going to get into a bit of beef. That's what normally happens with these things, isn't it? Ragnar's the tribe leader or whatever. And his brother is aware of that and he's a bit pissed off from it. So I've got a feeling they'll probably end up fighting. Oh, I don't actually I don't calculate that just yet. I do the wire, then I do iron plates first. Okay. Yeah. I forgot to do reinforced iron plates. Wait. And I believe the recipe we are using is this. It's called stitched iron plates. It is... Yeah, it is really, really good. I love it. .4 and 2.7. Minor characters? Yeah, exactly. The logistics, yeah. I mean, that's the exact reason why I do things like this. Like, my modular frame recipe looks kind of confusing, but if you look at the logistics, it's literally just iron. So all I've got to do is just get in an iron belt. That then makes my iron wire and my iron pipes. That then makes my modular frames. And I can go even further into that when I look at something like motors. Like, look at this recipe right here for the Ridger motor. It's chaotic. It involves iron, water, limestone, coal, raw quartz, and that's just annoying. Except if you do this, you just use iron. Yes, it probably consumes more power, and it consumes quite a bit of iron to make your 5 motors. But again, logistically, it's so simple. That's 300 iron per minute. That's like, what, an impure nodes with a Mark III belt or something, or whatever it is. But it's super simple logistically to try and do, which is the reason why I do a lot of these best recipe videos. So I can determine the best recipe in regards to saving resources, the best recipe for saving power, and then the best recipe for like logistically speaking, which is why I've gone with this for my modular frames, even though in theory it probably isn't the best in regards of iron usage, for example. Yeah. In Skyfactory, it's like Satisfactory, but you start on top of a tree, on a block of dirt floating in the sky void, and you have to make everything from that one tree. Oh, Skyblock! Is that what you mean? I've played Skyblock before. I've completely lost where I was, by the way. Oh yeah, this is where we were. 2.7 wire. 1.4 iron plates. Okay, so in total, in regards of iron ingots, that is... I could do it mentally, but I'd probably just get it wrong. So might as well just do it here. 1.5 plus 3.1. 11.2. Again, like 11.2 iron ingots make half a modular frame's not too bad, I'd say. Especially if you're AFK as well and you're not like desperately needing modular frames. Because before you know it, you'll check and then you've got dozens, if not hundreds of modular frames just built up from a very little amount of iron. I think it's pretty good. So we're going to need 6 iron ore. We'll do 6.1 though, just in case. And 3.5 water. Okay, fantastic. That is now our heavy modular frames done. Which then means our fused modular frames is now finished. And our radio control units are finished. So our pressure conversion cubes are done. Great. Which is essentially this chunk right here. Everything in there. Now we have to move on to our copper powder, which luckily is very simple to calculate. Not as simple to make, but again, to calculate it's very nice. I think you can make it there? I actually got no idea where you make copper powder. Maybe it is the constructor. Okay, good. I mean, that does make sense. Ooh, 240 copper ingots there. Not bad. And then, of course, if you didn't want to use the refinery, that's then 240 copper ore. However, if you do use the refinery, you end up saving... Let's see. Oh, my voice is starting to die. 96. So you save 144 copper ore. But of course, you have to then use 64 water, which is like a tad bit over half of a water extractor. Not bad, I'd say. Simpler logistics are always worth the trade-off. I think so as well. As long as it's not like a significant trade-off. But again, like what I've showed you there with the motors and the stages where I just use iron, that, for me, is 1000% worth it. Because when you spend, let's say, 20 minutes building that, it's so much easier than spending an hour building something else that then requires Caterium or copper or limestone, whatever. You just use one item. I think is worth it. Okay, so 64 water, 94 copper ore. 96, yeah. I said it, and then I said to myself, is that right? Good. And that's why I left this bit to the end, because I knew it was going to be quite easy to calculate. Love that. Okay. So firstly, you lot can all just move in a little bit. No, don't do that. You move in. How far do I want you to move in? Alright. Like that, I suppose, then, right? Because you're both needed to make this thing. So if I was to get you out the way with... Okay. And you're both used to make that. Right. So in that case then, you've all got to go up a little bit. Of course you weren't going to behave, were you? I prefer that, I think. Yep. Let me move you down. There. Roughly there. And that's just to make the Singularity cells. Oh, man. It's a lot. I won't lie, it's a lot. I'll move you out the way there as well. But that's that done now. Moving on to something which I can't really ignore any longer. It's a plutonium waste. I can try to ignore it, but not really worth it. So let's see how this is even going to work. I've never really messed with plutonium before. Yeah. More complex stuff that needs multiple resources. You not only need to think about transporting the materials, but also the best location. Exactly. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to try and build my iron facility out here. This area is nice and flat. It's got tons of iron around it, tons of copper and limestone as well. So I'll probably end up building a couple decent-sized factories out here eventually. And of course, it's got very good access as well, just to the open void, where you can build quite far down and quite far out across without overlapping the world border, which is fantastic. Also the reason why I build... Very weird pattern. I know why. It's also the reason why I built, for example, out here. In my playthrough. So now, for the plutonium race, I have to calculate the plutonium... That's nice, well, plutonium. Fuel rods, which are made in the... Oh. There's two ways of making it? Oh no, which one's better? Let's see. So you make double of this. So then you require 15 in case plutonium cells. And then you require 10. That, actually no, it says it right here, doesn't it? 30 for 20. Okay, that makes sense. Electromagnetic control rods, not too bad. Heat sinks, not too bad. Steel beams, not too bad. Whereas pressure conversion cubes are, as we've seen today, bad. Because pressure conversion cubes, like everything we've just done for like the last at least 45 minutes, I would say, is pressure conversion cubes. And I don't particularly want to have to redo that all over again. But then it does mean that I have to use more of these lots. So let's see how expensive this is. Oh, it all comes down to waste. I don't know. If you want the pressure conversion cube nonsense, second one's better. I feel like, again, logistically, this would be easier to do. How do you determine the size of your hypertube cannons? Trial and error. Definitely trial and error. So, if I go too far, I knock a couple of the hypertube cannon spots off. If it's not far enough, I just add a few more of them on. That's literally all I do. Until eventually it's like the sweet spot. If I have to add a bit of like backspin whilst I'm flying or front spin, it is what it is. So if I was to make 0.5 plutonium waste, does it say how much... Oh, sorry, fuel rods. Does it say how much waste I make? No. I'm sure it does say that somewhere. Byproduct of consuming plutonium fuel rods in the nuclear power plants must be stored on a safe location, handled with caution. Caution, extreme radioactive. Okay. Extremely radioactive. To start from 2,100 uranium, then work from there. That's what I did for my previous calculation thing. I don't know if it's a good idea. Uranium waste is 10 per minute. So that's for this one. And plutonium waste is 1 per minute. I'm guessing that's like 1 per minute for the 0.1 burn rate, right? So for every 10, or for every 1 plutonium fuel rod, it's 10 plutonium waste. Is that correct? I think so. Welcome, Daniel, by the way. I don't know if I said hello, but welcome, and I hope that you're doing well, man. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who's tuning in. Hope that you guys are all doing good. I am doing nuclear stuff for the very first time, as you can probably tell. And, yeah, try not to mess this up, because it's quite important. No pressure, obviously. No pressure. For the uranium waste, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Because then our uranium goes into our plutonium somehow, doesn't it? Yeah, so you can go either to that, or that, or that. And then what's this thing? Non-fissile uranium. What are you used for? That or that? Okay, but if I was just to make you lots, it means I don't have to get aluminium involved, which is nice. I do have to get nitric acid and sulfuric acid involved, and silica potentially. Then this part here isn't too bad, just combine that with the waste. Whereas with you lot, it's, again, more aluminium stuff. Okay, so how do I make this? Okay. Encased uranium cells. That's quite important as well, then. How many of these am I realistically going to actually want? If I was to do 2,100... Actually, I can't do that, though, because we'll need uranium for other things as well. I can't do that. Let's just say 1,500 divided by 10 is 150. 150 divided by... times by 5 is 750, I believe. That will then give us 750 encased uranium cells. Which would then be used for... Oh, gosh, no. $775 divided by 5 is 15. 15 times by 1, so that's 15 uranium fuel rods. Okay. I clicked the close tab by mistake, that's alright. Plutonium is 10 every 600 seconds, I suppose, and uranium is 50 every 300 seconds. Okay. I'm guessing that's at 100% clock speed. Maybe on the Satisfactory website they say a bit more. Let's see. Because it makes sense. Okay, it's very radioactive, yeah, obviously. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. So, to make 2 of these per minute, it's 0.2 plutonium fuel rods. And it's 48 water. That right there is perfect. According to the wiki, at least. So if it's wrong, then tough. Tough on me. It is 0.2, right? Oh no, it's... Yeah, no, that is right. Okay, good. Move you over there just a little bit. Yep. 48 water. That's that done, lovely. Obviously you're not iron, you are plutonium fuel rod. There we go. Don't know what I'm even typing that. 0.2. That doesn't sound like a lot. And I guess we'll find out if it is or not. That doesn't, again, sound like a lot. Move you up there a little bit. The way I organize this isn't ideal. If I was to move this just there, move you like that, that's a bit easier. Yeah, that's better. Yep. Okay. 0.2 plutonium fuel rods. Now the remaining part should be a lot easier to try and calculate, right? I don't know what the best recipes even are. I suppose this is where I can then make a series, the best plutonium fuel rod recipe, or the best non-fissile uranium recipe. So this, in itself, I've just opened up a bunch of worms, essentially. Huge can of worms. Massive. So the first video I'll have to cover, because I want to try and calculate both of these recipes, is the best encased uranium cell recipe in Satisfactory. So I suppose let's do that. And when I can figure out the best one of these, I can then do the best uranium fuel rod recipe. Because again, I know that I do see comments in my videos of people saying, can you please cover the nuclear stuff? And I said, yeah, when I get to it, I will make videos about them. I've got to it, so I'll make a video about it. So I'll probably do like 20? Yeah, 20 encased uranium cells. This would be fun, I think. Because again, I've never dived into this. There's things with like copper, modular frames, reinforced iron plates. I've done a lot of stuff to do with that. With this, not really. And yeah, we do 20 per minute. The only problem now, though, is I have to start doing the machine calculations. This is part of the best recipe series. I have to start acting professional now. Ugh. Professional? No. Boo. We don't do that. There we go. Keep you there for now. Sure, that can stay there. Put this out here as well. Okay, let's begin. You are made in the blender, then you're made in the manufacturer. Okay. I was going to do it again. Wait. Then 20. So you're only actually 80%. That's not too bad. Okay. So, blender. 80%. And the way that I do these best recipe videos, by the way, is that I calculate what percentage of the machines being used, and then I add up the percentage for all of those machines. Like, let's say we've got 2 refineries at 10%, 1 refinery at 5%. I then add it all together, so it's 3 refineries at 25%. I then do 25% of 30 megawatts, which is how much one refinery uses, and there you go. I've got how much megawatts I then need for all of my refineries. That's how I do my powers in this game. Okay, then you're going to require uranium. Ooh, 40 uranium. Wow. I can't wait to die 4,000 times to uranium, by the way. I'm jumping out of my seat in joy. Looking forward to the amount of times I'm going to die from radioactivity in this game. So far, it's been 1. I can't lie, it's been 1. I forgot. But other than that one time, it's been 0. So I'm very happy with that. Other than all the mistakes I've made no mistakes, guys. I know. Perfect, just perfect human being. If you ignore every mistake I've made 0 mistakes. I know. And then sulfuric acids. Sulfuric acid isn't that annoying to get, it's just sulfur and water. Just essentially bring your sulfur node, tear a bunch of water, and there you go, just make all your stuff there. That seems fairly straightforward, fairly self-explanatory. Okay. Nice. I suppose, yeah, let's start off with the concrete, so we'll get that out of the way with. Nice and simple. Does the Satisfactory Tools website not calculate power consumption? It does. It calculates literally everything for you, but I don't like using it because I feel like it's a bit of a cheat code. I don't mind using something to help me out, but I don't want the game to do the work for me because I feel like that just takes away from it, in my opinion. If you use it, that's completely fine. But just for me personally, I don't like to use it too much. Okay, so that's 18 limestone, 15 water. Have I got something here I can borrow? There we go. I was going to say steal. It's not stealing, it's borrowing and not returning. There we go. 1815, yes. 1815? No. Something happened in 1815. Wasn't the Battle of Waterloo, I don't think. It might have been. It might have been. Wait. I have to search this. It was 18th of June, 1815. That date sounded very familiar. I don't know why I linked it to Waterloo, but there you go. So, sulfuric acid, 32 per minute. Where do you even make sulfuric acid? I suppose it has to be in... Is there more than one way of making it? I'm sure there is, isn't there? Maybe iron involved somewhere? No. Oh, you actually get it as a byproduct from there as well. Cool. Okay. And there's only technically there's only one way of making it. Yeah. Good to know. And that's 32. Oh, I didn't do the... Oh, wait. I've got to go back on that for a sec. Refinery, 1 per minute at 64% efficiency. I didn't do my concrete, which is an eternal sin, by the way. If I don't do my power calculations, oh no. Ref, 1 at 15%. Is that it? That seems really simple. I must have missed something. There's no way that's it. Wow. I don't know why, but in my head I always consider this to be like a very, very difficult thing to make. It's not really. I would recommend that you're based somewhere near water to make your sulfuric acid easily, then transport it nice and easily as well. Then for your water, for your concrete. Then uranium, you just bring it in, preferably by via drone, in an isolated area. Then you just belt it over. Wow, yeah, that seems simple. I won't argue with it though. I'm a little bit concerned about sulfur because I feel like I'm using it a lot in my playthrough. I suppose that's the whole point, but yeah. Okay. So that's the first recipe essentially done. And the only thing you need is one blender to make that, one refinery to make this, and one refinery to make that. And of course, one water extractor. I don't calculate miners because you might use a Mark 1 and Mark 3, 250% efficiency, 10% efficiency, I don't know. It just depends on the person. Whereas water extractors, there's only one. In fact, that could be something interesting. Would you guys like to see a water extractor Mark 2 in Satisfactory? That could be very interesting. I think they should actually do that. I think I'd like it. So 15 water plus 32 water. In total, that is 47. And to 50, it's less than half, which is 10. So we're looking at about 8 megawatts here worth of power consumption. Great. When it comes to blender, a blender uses 75% or 75 megawatts per minute. So in total, that would be... 60 megawatts. And for our refineries, we are needing 2 refineries. And that together, that's 79%. Ooh. 30... No. Yeah, I know that. 30 divided by 100 equals, times by 79 is 23.7 megawatts, would you say 24? And that is recipe number 1, essentially calculated. I'll box it up first of all. Ah, nice and presentable. Nice and spread out. In fact, that's a bit too spread out. Get closer. We'll then go over there. We'll come here. The only problem with this is that you're using 3 different resource types. Uranium and limestone and sulfur and water as well. So technically 4. But the other recipe isn't much better, to be fair, though, so... Yep. Did I not leave a gap there? Oh, it's bugged. Okay. Yeah, this happens sometimes. It's kind of annoying, if I'm honest. If I do that, sometimes it fixes itself. There we go. Better. I will do sulfur first, actually. Sulfur at 32 per minute. And then lastly, water at 47 per minute. Make sure that's all in bold. Why is there a gap there? So total power consumption is 68, 88, 92 megawatts. No. So that's our basic recipe done then. It's not bad when you can make your own shards. Yeah, it is quite nice actually. There's power shards. I still feel like synthetic power shards is one of the best things that they've added in update 1.0. The only problem, if I was to critique it, is that you can't actually make it until phase 5, which is when you've almost completed the game anyway. So it's great that you can make it, but you've got to wait hundreds of hours just to unlock it, so... Encased uranium cells. Look at me doing technically like a behind the scenes of a video here. Because again, I'm most likely going to cover this in a video. The best encased uranium cells recipe in Satisfactory 1.0. Wow. You'll go over there. You'll skedaddle over there as well. Same with you. Recipe number Ifnan. Or number 2. Name. I don't know. You. And you're made in the manufacturer. Okay. I can see it involves silica, which I'm already not excited about. But let's see. It's not called that, is it? There we go. You're called infused uranium cell. Let me just rename that then. Infused. Okay. And you require, not that much, 25 uranium, so you require less uranium, which I suppose makes sense because again you're getting quartz involved. 15 silica, which actually is not really that bad. 25 sulfur, which is 7 sulfur less than the previous recipe, and of course you don't have to turn it into a liquid, which is good. Then you also require deuterium, so I don't know. I don't know if it's even worth it. I suppose you are saving a couple very valuable items here. But you are then getting silica and what's involved as well. Deuterium involved. Oh well. And that's 15 quick-wire? Oh no, it's the bottom one, isn't it? Yeah, so it's 70. Okay, yeah, I mean 75 quick-wire isn't dreadful. To be fair. Wow, I mean life for 2 hours, damn. Time's flown past. The sulfur's wrong, it's 25. Wait, no. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Good, yeah. 25, 25, 75, 15. Lots of fives in there, but oh well. A Mark II water extractor would be a godsend. You hate mortal extractors fill up a single pipe and you refuse to spend yeah. It would be great, but I think that's the reason why they won't do it though. Because it will just be a bit too easy for people. But that would be fantastic if they did. Definitely. Okay, so let's start with our silica. Obviously this is not correct. This has to be raw quartz. And the numbers are obviously off as well. Okay, you've decided to multiply. That's cool. You do you, buddy. But at the same time, actually, don't do that. And I think I'm making silica just the regular way. Although, is dissolved silica better? Find out next week when I release a video talking about it that I haven't yet recorded, but oh well. I'll record it tonight. Because I made an entire video yesterday. I spent the whole day, well, not the whole day, but I spent a good couple hours making that, which is good fun. I like that. And you don't require water, you just require 9 raw quartz. Quick wire, 75 per minute. You're then made... Oh, it's there, isn't it? This recipe's a long one, actually. I do this to myself. This is just, like, my fault entirely. But I use a certain quick wire recipe, which I think is fantastic. But it is a bit of a chunky boy. Let's just call it that. Rather than just using deuterium ingots and deuterium ore, I use deuterium ingots, copper ingots, deuterium ore, water, and copper ore. Because apparently, again, I just like pain. I also do like saving resources as well, so it's a win-win. I don't know if I should go with this recipe. You save uranium and sulfur, which are the 2 things I was a bit concerned about. Is it really worth it though? Because uranium you save like 15, which is not bad. Sulfur you save 7. Just 7 per minute. Is it massively worth it? I think it will be. You gotta be positive, right? I think it's worth it. Okay, quick wire, here we go. I just realized I haven't actually done the power thing. That's a shame. So when it comes to our encased uranium cells, you guys consume 100% of the manufacturer. One of those at 100% efficiency. Yep. And when it comes to our silica, we're only making 15 per minute, which is a constructor at 40%. And when it comes to our quick wire at 75, which is 83% of an assembler. Not bad at all. That's not how you spell assembler. %. Okay. And you require, I mean, hey, look at that, like 6.25 deuterium ingots. I think that's very good personally. I'm happy with that. And 31 5, we'll say. Copper. 31 points. Go 25. It is 0.25, so I might as well just go with it. There we go. Okay, now let's see how bad the damage is. Nope. 6.25? Yep. It's 12.5 Caterium, or not bad at all. And with water, it's again 12.5. They're always the same, them two. And with copper, it should be somewhere around, like, I'm going to guess 12 per minute. Take that. 12.5. And then 8.4 water. And there you go. That is my quick wire recipe. Again, it might seem very, very annoying. I think it's worth it. I really do think it's worth it. I like it, personally. If you don't, that's cool. I mean, like, the odds of you liking every single recipe that I use is slim to none. But it's okay. Oh, I didn't do the power either. Oh, man. 84%. And the last one then is the Caterium. And that's it. Like, that's the recipe just calculated instantly. Oh, 104%. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Okay, good. 104% is so annoying, because that's one machine and 1/20th of another. 1/25th of another. That's 53% there. Okay, great. This is going to have to increase, I would say. So uranium is 25. I still feel that's really good by itself. Sulfur is 25. Limestone's non-existent in this recipe, but raw quartz now is. And you're 9 per minute. And then Caterium's also in this recipe as well. I don't know about this recipe, man. I'm really on the fence with it. Water, 12.5. 20.9. Is that it? Really? Do you get anything as a byproduct from this? No. With the other one, did we get anything as a byproduct? Yes. You actually got 8 sulfuric acid back. Which, that makes things interesting. Because now, when you were to re-add your sulfuric acid back into this recipe, or just use it for something else, that then knocks you down to 24 sulfur being used, compared to the 25 being used here. So actually, you do save sulfur here. So the only thing you save in this recipe is uranium. However, you now have to consume raw quartz and Caterium. You do have a bit of water, but that's not really that important. So one manufacturer, one constructor, one assembler, refinery. Okay, good. Yep, that's correct. So a manufacturer... Oh, what did I just do there? A manufacturer requires 55 megawatts, and because you're being consumed at 100% efficiency, you are then guaranteed to be 55 megawatts. Good. Next up, we've got constructors. One of you lot, 40% efficiency, and you consume 4 megawatts at 100% efficiency, so you're like... You're almost 2. You're pretty much 2. It's like 1.75 something, probably. Assembler... 84%, and you consume 15. You're roughly 12 megawatts. That's the wrong way around. And then lastly, we've got our refineries. We need 2 of you lots, And together, you actually consume a bit more. You are 7... 137%, which is about 41 megawatts. Oops. I forgot to add that in there. Make sure you guys are all bold as well. Amazing. 55 plus 2, 57, 59, 69, 70, 110 megawatts of the power consumption there. Okay, so you actually consume more power as well. I mean, by like 18 megawatts, which is not massive, to be honest. Change you to blue, change you to blue there as well. Nope. How does that impact that? It's not even attached. Lovely. Get rid of you, move you round to there. This really is a difficult recipe. Let's just compare the pros and cons. You consume the least amount of uranium, but you consume raw quartz, and you consume, technically, more sulfur, technically. And you consume deuterium, but you consume less water, but you then consume more power. Again, I'm just going to go based off, like, logistics. I think this would be easier. If I'm honest. I do. You make your sulfuric acid, you package it, you bring it over to this facility. You then get a bit of concrete, which is already being made in our concrete factory. Bring it over, then uranium via a drone, and there you go. You've essentially got your encased uranium cells. And I feel like that would be a bit easier. And especially if I was to re-add all of this sulfuric acid back into the system, which, having said that, I should probably add that as a side note here. And this is the very first recipe I've ever dealt with in my Satisfactory life, where I'm making sulfuric acid as a byproduct. I've never had to deal with that before. I believe that was 8 per minute. So I would say, despite consuming a lot more uranium, this is better. I don't know. I think I'll be happy with that. If I need more uranium, I'll just make it in the converter. But I think I'll go with that. Okay. Good to know. And for our example up here, what do I need? Actually, I need to calculate more than that, don't I? What's next? So uranium cells, we can tick that off of the list. I'll make a video about that sometime in the next 15 centuries. Okay, you're next. You are the uranium fuel rods. So I've now got to calculate you lot. Crystal oscillator. It's actually really easy though. Because by this stage of the game, you'd already be making rotors. I'd already have my crystal oscillator and my electromagnetic control rod factory up and running. And then I'll be making this thing on the side. So that would actually be nice and simple. This seems easier. We are consuming more electromagnetic control rods. We are also consuming more uranium cells, which I'd rather not do because I'm already using a lot of uranium. But it takes industrial beams, which are very nice and simple to make, unlike this. But again, I want to try and save some of my encased uranium cells here, if I'm honest. Because then after you lot, you then burn. And that's that problem then solved. Okay, good. Let's do it. What time is it? We can start it, I suppose. Why not? Because the problem now is that I've made so many recipes that I just need to record videos of. I don't want to make too many more. Even though as of right now, I'm going to make more. And again, you're the uranium fuel rod. Uranium fuel rods. Yeah, this seems like it would be quite a hefty recipe. Sure. And you're both made in the manufacturer. That makes life nice and simple. Building time sounds fun. Yeah, I wish I could just start building a bit more, but I think that's what I'll do on my stream tomorrow. I'll be decorating my my factories and making things look a bit nice, doing a bit of logistical work, problem solving and building. So that's what I'll be doing the entirety of tomorrow's stream, which is quite nice. Can't wait, honestly. So if I was to do 0.4 of you per minute, that would then be exactly 20 encased uranium cells, which is what I've already calculated, which would save me time, but I feel like that wouldn't be as useful for the viewer. So if I was to make 1 per minute, it would be a lot more useful. So I'll do that, I think. Yep. And again, your uranium fuel rods. Yeah, I feel like 1 per minute makes sense. So you're going to need 50 encased uranium cells, right? You're going to need only 3 encased industrial beams. That's such a low amount. That's fantastic. That really is such a low amount. I'm tempted. I shouldn't be, because I know I can't necessarily afford it, but oh well. And then 5 electromagnetic control rods. Again, simple. Really is. Electro. Ah. That should be right. It is right. Good. You then go there. I think the only thing that I'll do for today is change all of this. So I've got to divide all of this by 20, then times it by 50. Or just divide it by 2, then times by 5. Divide by 2, 20, times by 5, 100. 630. 945. 9! Sorry. 3... Okay. Yep. 7.5... Let's not make a mistake. $37.5. Yeah, that sounds about right. $16.80. 80. 80. Order. Then 420. That should be right. I think. No, that's not the right one. Make it here now. I'm still gonna do all like the power for all of it, but yeah, it should be bang on. Yep. 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 Okay, good. Everything there's perfect. So, essentially, chat, this is where I'm going to leave it for today. I'll probably do this off camera. I'll then record a video where I talk about the encased uranium cells. I'm also recording a video about the dissolved silica. And then I'll record a video about the uranium fuel rods, which is my best recipe series, which of course does take quite a long time to do, but hopefully it should be alright. I've got 1 episode coming out on either Monday or Tuesday, which should be talking about something. I I can find out what it is for you. No. Is it the electromagnetic control rod? I don't know if I've even released that video. I've got to double check my own channel. I haven't. Okay, that's the video then. So either Monday or Tuesday, I've got a video about the best recipe to do with the electromagnetic control rod. The video after that will then be about Ficsite ingots. And the video after that will be about probably the encased uranium cells, then dissolved silica, then uranium fuel rods. So we've got a good lineup there. I'll probably sprinkle in, I don't know what that effect's supposed to be, sprinkle in a couple of other non-best recipe videos along the way. If we get any news about 1.1, for example, or any other Satisfactory updates, I will prioritize those videos. I always prioritize Satisfactory news over best recipe series because I prefer to do that. Get the news out the way with a bit of fun news as well. Can't say no to that. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone who tuned in today. It was great fun. My voice is definitely dying today. I can feel it. Thank you for the 7 likes as well. That's extremely kind. And for the 150 people that tuned in today, thank you guys very much. I do greatly appreciate that. Regardless, have an amazing rest of your day. Hope that you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to do a bit of actual Satisfactory gameplay tomorrow, where, again, like I said before, I'll be building, doing a bit more logistical work, and some more fun stuff along the way. Thank you for watching, have an amazing rest of your day, and remember, Godspeed.